So we say to hi to each other, hello. Okay. Okay, class, take a look. Now we're in the Abhidhamma chapter number 5. We call it as a Vimutti Sangaha. Maybe I try to try to recall that what have we studied, because we don't meet to each other for quite a long time already. Let me see first. Okay. Okay, class, basically, why do we call it as a Vimutti? Let's take a look. So this is our topic. We call it as a Vimutti Sangaha. For the Vimutti Sangaha, basically, there will be a few topics. Vimutti Sangaha meaning to say is a free connective process. Free connective process basically means the rebirth and the death and also the vibhaka. So if you remember that in the very beginning, we talk about that 31 ram for the essential rupa, arupa, and then they have all different characteristics. Even though usually for the beginners, we first learn all this, how is the asura, how is the beta, but finally, here until to the chapter number 5, we really talk about that. And then from here, you remember, we go to the karma. And the karma is very detailed. And then we got the 4 type of the karma. So karma sometimes, for perspective, we look at the karma. Number 1, the type of the ripen. And second is the gravity. Which one take place first? The heavy karma come first. And then karma, actually, it will be ripened across many life, okay, from this life to the next life to the indefinite life, okay, and then finally we talk about the death, how's the death situation. So let's take a look. This is what we learned before. So roughly to recall you. Then we have now until to before we talk about the moment we pass away, we start to talk about is the result of the sense sphere wholesome karma, meaning to say that once we die, okay, for example, here we are all human. Abhidhamma clearly stated that we must commit one of the 8 favorable consciousness so that we reborn as a human. And basically, we all learning Dharma, meaning to say that we are jnana sampajutta, meaning to say we are wisdom orientated in the simple way. So this is all the details are in the Abhidhamma. So he will mention to you that if we practice to the jhana, they have a first, second, third, fourth jhana. So different jhana will be born correspond. To the relevant vibhaka, all is the same. Okay. So class, let's take a look. So this is where we stop regarding this. Then before we proceed. We talk about result of the 5 material sphere. So this is where we've gone through. Basically, we got 3 functions: is the rebirth, linking, bhavanga, and the death. Okay. So you see, it corresponds to its own different level. Okay. And then the jhana chitta itself is not distinguished into different types according to the 3 degree of the development. And the highest one, he still possessed at the end of his life, is the one that will take on the role of a regenerating rebirth. Okay, so this is the one. So we should proceed again with the developing the 5th jhana. Yeah, Sally, can you please read the passage? Developing the 5th jhana, please.
Developing the 5th jhana. The principle according to which this plane is divided differs from that which divides the previous 3. In this plane, all worldlings, dream enterers, and once returners who develop the 5th jhana in the normal way, whether to a limited, medium, or superior degree, are reborn in the realm of the great reward. Some worldlings, however, adopt the attitude that consciousness and perception are the roots of all misery, and they develop the 5th jhana conjoined with a strong sense of dispassion towards perception. Because their 5th jhana chitta is permeated by the wish for perception to cease, they are reborn in the realm of non-perception beings, where they exist as mere animated animated material bodies with vital non-nut until they pass away and take rebirth elsewhere. But non-returners are reborn in the pure abodes. It is said that their rebirth into these 5 realms are determined by their predominant spiritual faculty. Non-returners in whom the faith is dominant, whose faith is the dominant faculty, are reborn in the Avihar realm. Those in whom energy is dominant into the Atapa realm, and those in whom mindfulness is dominant into the Sudasa realm. Those in whom concentration is dominant into the Sudasi realm, and those whom wisdom is dominant into the Akati realm. Although none but non-returners are reborn into pure abodes, there are no fixed law holding that all returners are reborn there. It may be that the pure abodes are open only to non-returners who possess the 5th jhana, while non-returners with the lower jhana attainment will be reborn elsewhere in the 5 material plane. However, all returners must be reborn to the 5 material plane because they have radiated sensual desire, the factor which leads to rebirth in the sensuous plane.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, finish. Raise hand, please. Okay, let's take a look to the diagram first to make you all recall. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at list of the table. Okay. So we go to chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, chapter 6. Okay. Page 236. Page 2, lifespan. Page 236. Wait, sorry. It's number 5, plane of existence. 1x6. We go to the page 1x6. 1x6. This is the one. Okay. Okay, class. Before the discussion for that, we better know this first. Okay, let's take a look, class. Once we talk about you see in the lower one is the woeful plane, sensual blissful plane. Then we go to the first, second, third jhana, fourth jhana, and the fifth jhana. Okay, so class, now we are talking about is all the non-returner. Okay, for the Arahant, we got a few types of the Arahant. Now we talk about is the Arahant. Number one, there will be 7 times become a deva and a human. We call it as a stream entry. Okay. Then second is the Sutwa Sotaban. Okay, Sagadami Sotaban, Sagadagami, Anagami. Anagami means non-returner, just one time only. Okay, now we talk about is the Anagami non-returner. Basically, non-returner meaning to say they never return to this human world. They must be in the fine material. Okay, so this is the one we are going to focus. Okay, let's take a look. So we have to know where will they go if let's say they attain to the 5th jhana. So class, basically this is the place they will go to, because in the 5th jhana, let's say you see number 21, we call it as a great reward. Okay, a great reward. Then we will see non-principal realm, durable, serene, beautiful, clear sight, highest, pure abode. So this is all we call as the 5th jhana. So class are basically all these 5th jhana, they are the places where the non-returner will go, except this one, non-percipient realm. Then the rest are, especially the last 5 durable, serene, beautiful, clear sight, and the highest, pure abode. This is 5 places we call as a pure abode. This is where the non-returner, they will be born here, provided the attainment of the 5th jhana. This is where they will go. And then you see a class. This is something very special that if you talk about that, they already eradicate all the sensual realm. They're going to come back to the human. If I ask you, can bodhisattva act as a bodhisattva without reborn in the human realm? Can or cannot? You say can, please vote number 1. Cannot, please vote number 2. Can bodhisattva behave as a bodhisattva if, let's say, they cannot reborn as a human? Can, please number 1. Cannot, please number 2. Meaning to say, is human realm very important for bodhisattva? Yes, number 1. Not really, number 2. What do you think? Okay, say number 1. Yes, okay. How about Mr. Leong and Kok Hong? Mr. Leong, 1 or 2? Yes, Kok Hong, number 1. Okay, Mr. Leong, yes, okay. So class, you all are very smart. Okay, meaning to say that human is the major target for the bodhisattva. If you cannot reborn as a human, meaning to say that the rest of the place you can go is only the jhana level only. Jhana level is good for meditation. We know that, because without the obstacle of the body, they will never feel the leg pain or this. But you see, because since they are pure joy only, I think not that easy. If let's say I let we let Mr. Leong strike a lottery for 10 millions. I think Mr. Leong next thing to do is traveling the whole world. No, not Mr. Leong, I think Elena. I joke only lah. So what I mean is usually if let's say things is very smooth, we never think about for the cultivation. So that's why human realm very important. You see a class, that is why in Buddhism, in the very beginning, before the first century, Bodhisattva is not emphasized. It is only emphasized after first century of the Buddhism. Let's take a look at the diagram. I'll let you all try to recall. We have to relate all this to the history. Let's see. Timeline Buddhism. Let's take a look. So this is the one. You see? Now see. Okay. Now see. Now so this is a time. Once it reached to the first century, you see, this is 250 is the BC before Christ, early Buddhism, you see. Mahayana only begin in India, it's about 100 CE. See or not? And then Theravada Buddhism flourishing 250 before Christ. So the Bodhisattva concept is begin from the Mahayana. So they are start flourishing 100 CE, especially in the what? This is Central Asia. We call it as a what? Gandhara Buddhism. Whereas this is Sri Lanka also starting Mahayana. But we see it go to the climax, especially in the Central Asia and the East Asia. This one. Then later on, they are spreading from the places. You see, take a look. So this is the one. See, they start spreading already. You see. So this is a time that starts spreading in Gandhara to the China and also in the Korean. So the perception regarding the Bodhisattva is very important. Very important. So meaning to say that if you straight away become to the non-returner, there's no way for you to become Bodhisattva anymore. Actually, not the third stage. Once you attain to the first stage Arahant, also no chances already. So that's why if you really aim for the Bodhisattva, you have to make sure your compassion is strong enough once you do the Vipassana. So that the Vipassana, even though it appeared to Nibbana, you wouldn't enthusiastically to attain it. You must become the Bodhisattva who able to see it but don't attain it. Just like you are seeing the water well in the desert, but you never go to drink it. You see the water, but you don't drink it. Because when you drink it, you attain, then no more chances to become the Bodhisattva. Of course, if you become the non-returner, even worse already for the Bodhisattva. Of course, if you aim to become Arahant, Dewa is a jhana realm, still the best place for the meditation and the Vipassana. Jhana realm. So it depends on your wish. Okay, so class, let's take a look. Okay, from here, we understand all this basic already. It's easy for us to come back, you see or not? So you say, the returner, you see, the returner reborn the pro, but it depends on the faculty. So this is the 5 faculty, the dominance, energy, mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. All will go to the different realm in the pure abode. You see the aviha, atapa, and then sutasi. I think all this is clear, but just in the Pali term only. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning to say 5 different arahant depends on the 5 different faculty. Okay, so that was not that important. The way I see it. Then next, let's take a look. See. Okay, here, so you say the pure abode only open for the non-return with the 5th jhana. If you're a lower jhana, where will you go? You go to the else places. Okay, so meaning to say eradicate the sensual desire. Class, basically, if let's say you do the Vipassana, you work very well in the human realm. You can directly from first stage Arahant, meaning to the Sotapan, reach to the Satagagami, to Anagami, you can reach directly. Basically, once you reach to the fourth stage already, usually you will renounce. Usually you will renounce. But for the first stage, even though they're able to see the microscopic all the atom kelapan, they're able to see the ultimate truth. But since the sensual desire is still there, they can still marry and have offspring. So this is what we know. We can understand so easy. Like hey, how do we call it? The doctor who help the woman to get birth of the children. Then what we call what lah? Anybody can answer me? The doctor who specializes in give birth of the children. 妇产科医生. English we call it what? Hey, so many Cambridge dictionary here.
Obstetrician and gynecologist.
What?
Obstetrician and gynecologist. ONG.
Obstetrician and gynecology. You see, even though obstetrician and gynecology after help to give him birth to the baby, but they still have the urge if they got the wife. See, why? Because even though they see all this type of stuff, but since they haven't get rid of the sensual desire, they still will marry. And same like the doctor, the surgeon, operate they see our heart, our lung, but after operation, they still enjoy the steak. Am I right? Why it happened in this way? The reason is because the sensual desire still arises. So even though in the daily life they watch all this type of the blood, the pus, but they still have the urge to eat the steak. So it's the same. So for the first stage Arahant, it happened, they can still marry. But for the third stage, it's a different already. Especially the fourth stage one, third stage and fourth stage. Why? Because the urge, the sensual desire totally eradicated. It never appeared. So they will marry anymore. So once during the Vipassana, they go to the microscopic, but when they come back to the conventional, they are their mind free from any sensual realm already, the sensual desire already. So they will be always, become a monk if they are the layman. Okay, now we go to the result of immaterial sphere wholesome karma. Yeah, Elena, can you please read the passage?
Results of immaterial sphere wholesome karma. Developing wholesome karma of the immaterial sphere, they are reborn in the immaterial planes corresponding.
Elena, can you stop a moment? Okay, the way you talk, I hear just like a machine talking, Oh. Okay, I think something wrong with my Zoom. Okay, maybe Mr. Leong, you try to read. Mr. Leong, can you try? See same thing or not? Developing wholesome karma. Mr. Leong, please.
Developing wholesome karma of the immaterial sphere.
I also can stop. I can stop. Okay, okay. I think the only thing I can do is I have to leave the Zoom and then come back again. Then I have a better voice. Okay. Do you hear something wrong just now? Samantha, you hear everything is good. I hear not good. Oh, you all become a machine talking already just now. Okay. Yeah, machine talking. Just wait. Okay, I let